Hello, my lovely subscribers, my very wonderful cybernauts. You're welcome once more to Sustainary Energia channel. If you are here for your first time, we welcome you once again to this beautiful channel. With you is Barrister Egbe Eyola Kumbe, your expert in energy, natural resources, and sustainable development law. Today, our point of interest is sustainable mining practices. I want to talk about a few sustainable mining practices which could be adopted by you as a mining firm. It could be suggested by you, the consultant, to that company where you are handling their documents or their processes. You should take the time to talk about sustainability. Handling procedures or legal arm of all of these natural resources is good. It's actually very cool. But more importantly is its sustainability, because let's remember that when we talk about sustainability, it means that we are taking into consideration the future generations' needs. It is with this in mind that I get to define what sustainable mining is all about in the first place. This is an ethical imperative to safeguarding our planet. It is a method of conducting ourselves within some particular framework of good morals, such that whatsoever we do will not cause harm to our environment. That is what we refer to as safeguarding our planet. Now, when we are talking about sustainable mining practices, what are we looking at? Two things are concerned basically, amongst others. We are looking at environmental stewardship, and we are looking at the economic growth of that environment where the mining activities are actually carried out or being carried out. Now, I will consider just a few of these sustainable mining practices. These few are going to broaden your mind and widen your thoughts on what exactly sustainability of mining resources could look like. The very first I'd like to talk about is one that is very, very easy to think about, but very easy to also minimize when we are talking about mining. I want to talk about air pollution. Now, air pollution goes down on environmental responsibility of the mining company. The mining company owes the host country the duty to protect their environment in the course of carrying out their mining activities. This said, air pollution is the very first thing that one should be thinking of. Why air pollution? This is because air pollution will go a long way to cause climate change. And for us to reduce the effect of climate change, air pollution has to be seen into very seriously. Now, for the mining companies, suggestions are being made. Mining companies are given the options of using solar energy as a source of their energy, and they are also given the options of using wind energy as another source of the energy they need to carry out their mechanical processes. That's one. Talking about environmental responsibility again, we have yet another point: the use of electric powered trucks. Now, electric powered trucks have the possibility or the capability of pushing out zero pipeline or zero tailpipe emissions. Sorry, pipeline, I'm all about petroleum. Now, when we talk about zero tailpipe emission, we are talking about the exhaust of the vehicle. Electric cars have little or zero pollution coming through their exhaust. So mining companies are advised to get electric vehicles. In this way, we have safeguarded our airspace and avoided air pollution. The second part I want to talk about is the use of eco-friendly equipment and processes. Actually, when we're talking about eco-friendly equipment and processes, our main idea comes from the fact that we are struggling to promote the circular economy. We are trying to get to an economy where whatsoever we use to generate our income does not have a negative or adverse effects on our environment. That's basically what that one looks like. Now, this means that recycling of water should be a major consideration for the mining company in question. Now, I'll get to the next point, which has to do with the quality of drinking water. The quality of drinking water is of paramount interest. In fact, that is the very first thing a mining company assures the community dwellers. We are going to ensure that your water is first recycled, then treated, so that throughout the pendency of the mining activity, you are assured of always having clean water. This is because mining is a process that involves suction, and suction means that everything that gets in contact with the suction pump rushes into it. With this, we discover that as water is poured into that hole to carry out drainage, the suction pump pulls sand, water, mud, causing a destabilization. It actually disturbs the water table, and as such, the water that is available for drinking is very dirty. So you see, there is a need for a well organized structure, and this happens basically when you have a legitimate mining site. With this, we are getting to understand that illegal mining sites should really be closed, because they also, which is the next point, they have a problem. They attack the production and revenue of that given community. Production is not top notch, and the revenue is not such that can be controlled by the government. Another point I want to think about is creation of businesses that are known to be community based. Community based enterprises ought to be created and nurtured by the same mining companies. This is because throughout the pendency of the mining activity, these community-based enterprises have to equally be growing. The biggest example, which is most times the most successful, is the creation of specialist hospitals, because the environment tends to get a lot of funds from the income or inflow of other community dwellers or nearby communities, and as such, this hospital stays that huge or remains that huge source of income even when the mining company shuts down some 25 years or more. So, this is a reason for every mining company to know that for us to avoid financial devastation at the end of our mining activity, we must create a community based enterprise that grows even stronger within the years as we stay in that environment. So, after our mining activities, of course, the indigenous can depend on this other activity to still keep blooming in the glories of the mining days. Our next point I want to talk about is actually ensuring the growth of the surrounding communities as per jobs. Okay, as per jobs, it's just about priority, and this is the fact that priority employment is given to that community where the resources are being exploited. This means that prevalence is given to the indigents of that community. If we are going to employ people and that 10 people are approaching us, we are going to look for the first ones belonging to that community, give them jobs first. Then, if there's some more space, we can give it to any other person. This goes a long way to create a wonderful relationship between the community, the mining company, and the community, welcoming them to carry out exploitation in their place. So these are some of the sustainable mining practices which I wanted to bring to our knowledge. Hoping that this topic was a beautiful one, and hoping that I'll meet you in my very next episode. I hope that you will come up with questions and that you can always meet me on my email or via WhatsApp. All those outlets are open, and do not feel shy to ask me questions because we are here for you. Trust me, the more you give, the more you receive. It works. Have a wonderful time. Bye.